I am the artistic director with Nebraska Shakespeare and the director of this production of Twelfth Night. And while we're on the road, I serve as the road manager. We're gonna take all small things from the truck up this staircase right here.
I first got involved with Nebraska Shakespeare 3 summers ago. I was part of their 2-minute Shakespeare production. I was actually a high school Spanish teacher, which doesn't exactly seem like it would go hand in hand with theater. I kind of took the scenic route to the acting profession.
Yeah.
One, two, three.
You guys okay up there?
Higher.
Yep. Good. That's perfect. I've been working with the tour. This is the 8th annual tour that we've done to go throughout Nebraska.
Good. There's just a little bit of anticipation before Ben hit you in the belly.
And I've been a part, as Vince has as well, been a part of every single one of those tours. We met in college and we have worked together since then, so that's 15 years? Oh my gosh. And I think we found a really great shorthand to be able to work with one another and a really good relationship in the rehearsal hall. We've worked together so much that we've found a really quick way to communicate with each other and a really respectful way to communicate with each other. So there's really not another person I would rather work with.
Thank you. Are we ready?
Yep.
Yes. Sarah, can I get you quiet for a bit, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Here we go. Tempo.
Praise God.
Vince called to offer me the role in July. Had to move out of an apartment in Chicago, put all my stuff in storage, and then drove 8 hours out to Omaha for first time in Nebraska. This is my first time out in the country. Every time I see a horse or a cow, I freak out, and everyone else is like, it's not that exciting, Casey.
Good job. I think we're good.
Can I have you fill out here?
Sure. Have any of you guys ever seen a Shakespeare play before? No. No? Some?
Actually went to an opera.
A Shakespeare opera? Very cool. Oh yeah? Very good, very good. Well, I'm excited to have you guys here.
I think a lot of people, their first encounter with Shakespeare was being forced to read it in a high school English classroom. And even myself, my first experience with Shakespeare was we read Romeo and Juliet my freshman year of high school. And to be perfectly honest, reading Shakespeare out of a textbook, being forced to read Shakespeare is not the most pleasant experience.
Let us therefore eat and drink.
The thing that I love about performing Shakespeare is so many students ask us after we're done with the show, so how much of this did you rewrite? How much of it did you translate? And everything that we perform on stage is Shakespeare's text. And I think they're surprised to hear that. They just assume that if it's Shakespeare, they're not going to be able to understand it.
By my life, this is my lady's hand. To the unknown beloved, this and my good wishes.
But when Shakespeare is performed, it's so much more understandable.
We have an amazing response from the students. A lot of the schools that we go back to year after year, they remember us, they remember productions we've brought to them in previous years. I have teachers that write me letters that say, it's 2 months later and they're still talking about the production that you brought.
I've read this play. I just wondered, did you come into this play wanting to be certain characters, or were you cast pretty randomly?
I actually sent in a video audition specifically for...
I really like getting the teaching artist experience as well as the acting.
That's one of the things that I really like about this tour. We're not just actors, we're actor educators.
You have a Shakespearean insult sheet.
Thou saucy onion-eyed maltworm.
The greasy-eyed dogfish.
So when he hits you, you go back. So try that again. Super slow. Yeah, perfect. And make sure that that target's away from your face, and make sure you just hit that target, not his face, okay? Let's try it again. Ready? Super slow motion.
One more time.
Yes, awesome, very good, very good.
Getting that opportunity in the workshops, we work with Shakespeare's text. I think they realize that it doesn't have to be so scary. As strange as it may seem to say to a high schooler, Shakespeare can be fun.
Thou fitful, heavy-headed rabbit sucker.
Getting to work with what I think is a really fantastic curriculum that Vince and Sarah have put together for these kids. These kids are really excited to work with us.
We have to use both our voices and our bodies.
And maybe haven't had as many opportunities in drama and theater classes as other kids that I've worked with.
Thou fitful, heavy-headed.
So giving them that opportunity feels awesome.
Thou knowest no less but all. I have unclasped the needle book.
I think we've kind of perfected the 75-minute Shakespeare adaptation, and I'm really proud of the last few years how we've able to bring Shakespeare to communities and to schools that don't otherwise have access to it.
No space is the same, no show is the same. We're always kind of adjusting, and it keeps the show really fresh for the actors, which I think keeps it fresh for the audience.